Alright, in this video I wanted to talk about how America is basically an apartheid state and a caste system. Now when the crime when the crime of apartheid was made illegal originally, none of the Western countries signed it. Okay, when I say Western country, I basically mean European countries, countries that are basically a majority white, including Israel. Because Israel didn't sign that shit either, for good reason. Now, America is a caste system because everybody's basically assigned their role. And that's what a caste system is, where everybody is basically given, like, it's predetermined where you can be successful. And that's what America is. If you're on the bottom bracket, it's almost predetermined that you're going to be a laborer or you're going to be someone who makes somebody else rich. If you're on the top bracket, it's predetermined that you're going to be exploiting or managing other people so that you can get richer. And that's it. You have people that have a high school diploma, okay, that are completely inarticulate, that are completely illiterate, but they have a high school diploma. They've gone to school for 12 years, maybe even longer. Okay, they could have got held back or whatever. They're school for 12 years and they're functionally illiterate. And where do these people live? They live in the black communities, they live in the impoverished communities, they live in the ghettos, the Section 8s, all the, and I love how a black or Hispanic community is always technically a bad community. Anytime you see a congregation of black people, anytime you see more than 3 black people in any given location, they're up to no good. Anytime black people start to move into a neighborhood, white people move out. And it's statistically proven. Black people in general can only be successful in entertainment. You have Chris Rock, Oprah Winfrey, LeBron James, Randy Moss, Jay-Z, Beyonce. All this is entertainment. We're simply here to entertain. I mean, how many Barack Obamas, Condoleezza Rice's, Al Sharpton's, Jesse Jackson's are there really? And back in the day, all those kind of people were systematically assassinated, systematically imprisoned and exiled anyway. Okay? They went out of their way. The state, the government, went out of its way to spy on, discredit, and destroy the black community, including the Latino community, Native American community, anybody that was associated with the civil rights movement, or any kind of workers movement, farmers movement, whatever, was targeted and destroyed. Okay, seek and destroy campaign. That's it. And that is textbook apartheid. If you go out of your way to eliminate every leader in a specific community with the intention of making sure that community cannot rise, cannot prosper, cannot get ahead, that is apartheid. That is the crime of apartheid. And when the crime of apartheid was made illegal internationally, all the Western countries, basically countries that are majority white, because we don't consider South America, Central America Western. Okay, all the Western countries, in, including Israel, never signed it. They were like, nah, chill, because they know what they're doing. So if you don't sign it, then you're not held accountable. And to this day, you still have this whole police state that's dedicated towards going after people of color, people who are non-white, whether it's Latino, whether it's African American, or whether it's a West Asian Muslim. You have all this surveillance, you have this stop and frisk, you have the law in Arizona, you have all this superpowers given to the police, but it's all basically geared towards going after people who are non-white. Let's just keep it real. You have stop and frisk in New York City, where just last year they stopped over 600,000 people. You're talking about over 500,000 people, and 90% of those people were black and Latino, and they count they count Asian as Caucasian. So it's probably 95% that are not white that are being stopped. Meanwhile, white people are a majority, and the majority of those people being stopped are innocent, and the majority of the cases get thrown out anyway. But the person's still been arrested, so they're still fucked. You have the CIA helping the NYPD spy on Muslims. It's not even legal. None of this is even legal. And then they try to find all these kind of ways to justify it and this, that, and the third. A majority of terrorist attacks are not done by Muslims. The biggest ones are, but a majority of them are done by white people. That's not coming at white people, that's just keeping it real. A majority of people on food stamps are white. A typical rapist is a white male that's well off and attractive. A majority of people in prison are there for non-violent crimes, yet a majority of people in prison are people of color, in the largest prison population in the world. Okay, you're talking about over 2 million people, probably 2.5 million people. When you go to get a job, they rather hire a white person with a record than a black person with no record. And if you do get a record, and if you do get a record, they have all these laws where, okay, if you have a record, you can't vote, you can't you can't purchase a firearm, you can't get any kind of government assistance, food stamps, whatever. You're just cut off. All all your rights gone, all your all your oops gone. Okay. And who does that affect the most? It affects people of color. Because why? Because this is an apartheid state. This is a caste system. This is the new Jim Crow. You can go la 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 la. I don't hear you. I don't want to hear. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. This. It effectively is a caste system. It effectively is an apartheid state. Where you have a black president, yet black unemployment is like 30 some percent. You have a black president, yet no black leader wants to criticize him in any kind of way. Besides like Tavis Smiley or like Cornel West. He can do no wrong. And then black people think, oh well, he's doing this for us, he's doing that for us. No. What has he done specifically for the African American community? Where you have a president that deported more people than even Bush. Talking about over 1 million people. Then he turns around and then passes the Dream Act just so that like Latinos can vote in. I mean, how fake can you possibly be? It's just incredible. It's amazing. It's just incredible.